Hello everyone, I'm back with another Reddit Addicts episode. If you find my videos entertaining, please kindly subscribe and like them. Thanks to everyone for your suggestions and kind notes. Now, let's get started with today's exciting stories.
My 26M girlfriend, 24F, is friends with a guy she met on Tinder. I don't know how to pass this. I've been seeing Jasmine for just about 6 months now. We met on Tinder, started as a let's see where it goes thing, and has become more serious over time. I'm deeply in love with this girl. I think she's phenomenal in so many different ways, and every day, I'm grateful to have her in my life. We don't speak about the future often, but the thought of her being in mine fills me with joy. I've had some issues I'm slowly overcoming with therapy, particularly around insecurities and trust in romantic relationships. I'm not perfect, but I've gotten significantly better, and I'm really proud of myself and happy that my relationship with her has improved as a result. There's just one problem. She's friends with this dude, let's call him Jake. Jake and her met about a month or two before I met her, also on Tinder. To my knowledge, they hooked up a couple of times, but didn't quite go all the way, and it was mostly lackluster, and they decided they were better off as friends. I have my reservations about this story and how I was told it. At first she told me they made out a couple of times, and later I found out that it was more than that, which felt awful, especially as someone who has difficulty trusting in the first place. At this point, I don't think she's lying to me about the nature of their relationship when they first met, but given she has hidden things from me before, I wouldn't be surprised if there was maybe a detail or two I don't know. I'm mostly okay with this. The problem is she still hangs out with this guy, and it makes me extremely uncomfortable. I don't like that they've seen each other naked, that things have happened between them on an intimate level that I now share with her. I wouldn't call it jealousy per se, more so that I'm possessive, and it infuriates me that he's still a part of her life at all. It feels disrespectful to what we have together, and as someone who is of Middle Eastern descent, extremely alien to even suggest that this sort of relationship is acceptable. I get it if you have an ex or two in your life that you were previously intertwined with. Maybe you have kids or obligations you share together, whatever, it's fine. Maybe you even see an ex after some time for closure or just to catch up and see how they're doing. I get it. What I don't get is keeping someone in orbit who specifically you had a sexual relationship with in the past. I have zero variations of this in my life, and people around me do not either. I don't think this is normal, and it has been both a huge ask on my part to try and get over, as well as the sole source of conflict in our relationship. 95% of the time with Jasmine, everything is near perfect. I feel so close to her and cherish the time we spend together. But then she tells me she's getting breakfast with Jake and his friend from college, and it makes me want to punch a hole through the wall. The reason I'm writing this at all is because I'm at a loss, and frankly too embarrassed to discuss this with anyone in real life. This has been an issue for the entirety of our relationship, and while I thought that my attitude towards the two of them being friends would improve as my ability to trust and be vulnerable has, it hasn't shifted much at all. I think I resent their friendship more presently than I did in the past. Given our relationship has grown so much, it feels like a deeper wound now that I've invested more emotionally in her. I'm not asking her to cut him out of her life. I understand that they're friends and their relationship is important to her. I would feel hopelessly ashamed if she did because of me, and I would rather her just break up with me and find someone who is okay with their situation. But I don't really know what to do. I don't see this getting better for me. Coming from a line of toxic relationships and parents, in a lot of ways this is my first healthy relationship with a partner, so I expected this Jake issue to get better over time. Now I'm starting to wonder if this is just a boundary I have that will be impossible to surmount no matter the partner. Am I crazy here for not being okay with this? Is there a possibility I ever could be? Lately, I'm feeling responsible for a lot of pain for the both of us and feel if I can't get over this I may just have to end things with her, as much as that would hurt. I'm not ready to give up so easily, but I feel at a loss and would appreciate any advice you have to give. TLDR, my girlfriend is friends with a guy she hooked up with a couple of times, and I don't know if I can get over it or how. Story 2. Caught my GF on Tinder. Hey all, thank you in advance for reading. I've been in a long-term relationship for almost 3 years now, and to say the least it's been a rocky road. We've been working hard on trying to make it work and are even seeing a couples counselor for help. She's the jealous type and tends to have trust issues with me based on my colorful past, but I have never cheated on her besides one makeout session a few months after we met, before we had agreed to be exclusive, and I didn't tell her about it. In the past, I've sometimes noticed her using Tinder on her phone, and when we talked about her answer was that she wanted me to see it to see if it could get me to feel jealous, because I am not the jealous type at all. I've been in non-monogamous relationships in the past. I thought that was the full extent of it. While I'm not the jealous type, our agreement on this relationship is monogamy. So although any inappropriate activities outside this relationship won't particularly make me feel jealous, it would make me angry with the lying and the hypocrisy and lose trust in that person. Well, just a couple weeks ago, I noticed a notification on her phone in the shape of the infamous flame again on her phone. This time I did not say a word and pretended I didn't see it. Instead, I decided to pull the string a little more and make a fake Tinder profile to see what her profile said. Sure enough, minutes later I found her profile. It clearly sounded of inappropriate intentions. So I pulled the string a little more. She happens to be logged into her Facebook account on my laptop, and I happen to know that Tinder now has web access. All I had to do was enter her Facebook password, which I already knew, and boom, I have full access to her Tinder account. My findings were disturbing. She's been Tindering fairly regularly for almost the last 2 years. I don't count anything before our agreement to be monogamous, and she even has a gold membership. Most conversations were relatively benign, but some conversations resulted in an exchange of phone numbers. One of the most disturbing conversations I read was that one time when she had the flu, I was taking care of her for 2 days straight. Just 2 hours after I left her alone for the first time so I could go to work, I saw her asking someone to come over to take care of her. I know that actually didn't happen because I came over right after work to take care of her more, so there wouldn't have been a chance, but still pretty unsettling. I also saw that she was Tindering once while we were on a vacation together. I don't believe she actually would have met anyone, and for the sake of this thread, let's assume she never went through meeting any of these people and it resorted to no more than chatting and flirting. I'm still struggling with finding a reason why I should stay with her and how/if I should confront her about this. I've never snooped before in our entire 3 years together, but I felt in this case it was warranted because I had some pretty strong probable cause. She currently has no idea that I know, and the other day the subject of Tinder came up in casual conversation and she lied straight to my face, saying that the only time she logs into Tinder is when she gets a new phone and all the apps auto-install, and then her Tinder blows up. That's a pretty bad lie, because you have to click a button to log into Tinder for the first time after it installs. I've seen how active she is on it, and she has a gold membership. I haven't seen any activity in the last week or so, but what I've seen, I'm not sure what I've seen can be unseen. The resentment and lack of belief in anything she says to me continues to grow. It would be easy to know exactly what to do if the day ever came that I found out she was doing some shady business behind my back, but it's not. I'm currently just going through the motions, unsure of how to tell her, or if I should tell her that I snooped, or if I should just cut it without even bringing it up, because I'm not sure if the damage can be repaired. Help! Update: I just decided to look through the messages again to get some more timelines. She went on a trip a few months ago and met some friends and claimed she met them organically. As it turns out, I just saw a brief conversation with one of her friends she met there on Tinder. She first started talking to him on my birthday while I was on a trip with my best friend, and she accused me of Tindering a couple days after I got back because she found pictures of myself on the desktop of my own computer when she was using it. LOL, this is just funny now, but sad.
We hope you enjoyed this story. Thanks for watching and hope to see you in the next video. And before you go, please be sure to subscribe for more.